are here in your house sports, college football week 10.
Man.
Are we already there? 10.
Already
10.
there,
I give her
man.
10. Yeah, that's wild. It's your boy Vassos.
Fat Sam.
And yeah, it's ridiculous. You say week 10 already, and it's like, damn, have we really already watched 10 weeks of college football? It feels like it's only been like 4.
Man, for real. Man, college football goes by fast, man. I mean, it seems like it just started not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. And it's like, we're already over? Like, seriously?
Yeah. I
Hear
don't
the
know
kids
what's
in the background.
I got distracted.
So
I don't know.
before we get going, I want to say shout out to Dylan Doyle for wishing Fat Sam's youngest boy a happy birthday. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Hold on, quick update. Chiefs got the 2-point conversion.
Nice.
I'm sorry, the background, man. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm trying to listen.
You got one son that's a Titans fan and one son that's a Chiefs fan, so they've been talking smack the whole time. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah. So Dylan Doyle's girlfriend or fiance actually works with Miranda.
Oh, wow.
Wife. Yeah. So Joshua actually has Dylan Doyle's glove, his towel, and his wristband from the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He signed it. Do you hear that?
That's
what happened? Oh, I guess the TV's delayed because the computer updated, and then now they're just cheering.
They're just now cheering about it.
I thought it was an on-site kit that they got or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or it was a kickoff return for a touchdown or something.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, so Josh got those things, like I said, a towel, stuff like that. He autographed them as well. So, and he threw in that favor for us, and also got Blake Shapen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I don't know who the other guy is.
I was going to say, did you finally find out who it was, the other dude?
Yeah, no, because some of them don't have pictures on their roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, who is this guy, man? Like, I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, sorry, man.
If it was you in there and you happen to watch this video, please let us know so we can.
Like, if you're not Squirrel Williams, if you're not Reese, if you're not Jones, sorry, I don't know you. I don't recognize you.
But shout out to those Baylor players for making a young boy's birthday.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. So just wanted to start out on a bright, big note right there. So we had a lot of crazy stuff go on yesterday. Well, Saturday when this goes up. This goes up Mondays, 4 p.m. Central. And NFL is Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Central. So this will be Monday when this goes up. But yeah, on Saturday, there was a ton of madness. Big 12, crazy games, top 25 crazy games. It's just everything now is starting to fall in place.
Mm-hmm.
And there
got some upsets.
And you have something to be completely chaotic.
Yeah.
If people start losing.
Yeah, man, for real. Because I think with Georgia is 9-0. Ohio State with 9-0.
Michigan's 9-0.
Michigan's 9-0. Then you got TCU.
You at 9-0.
Or 9-0. So, I mean, really, because TCU still got to play Baylor, which I think that's going to be a very close game.
They're playing Texas.
Playing Texas, and then you got Ohio State, who still has to play Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Georgia. Who's left on Georgia's?
I don't think Georgia has anybody really except the SEC championship. I think that's their next test is the SEC championship.
Yeah, I mean they got Mississippi State and Kentucky, which Could
They
be
sh-
close games.
Mississippi State maybe, but they should roll over Kentucky, much
Yes.
like they did last year, where they just steamrolled them.
Yeah. So I mean Georgia really they're
They're in the driver's
they're
seat.
yeah they're in the driver's seat.
They can make it to
So
the SEC. They're pretty much almost a lock for the playoff.
mhm.
Because even if they make it to or even if they lose in the SEC championship, there's probably a good chance that they're gonna get into the playoff. Because I
Yes.
mean, that's what it seemed to be the last 4 years.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
They-
I mean, well, we know already that Alabama's out. Uh,
Not
unless
necessarily, unless they win the SEC. They don't control their own destiny.
I mean, I think Georgia would have to lose. They're not going to lose.
Yeah,
Um, I think even if Alabama wins the championship,
they will
the
find a
SEC
way to put
championship,
them in there.
I don't see how they could, because then you got to talk about, well, okay, I mean, then you got to talk about, okay, well, hold on, Baylor won the Big 12. They lost two.
But this is
I
a
mean,
whole different standard. It's a whole
yeah,
different league. So
I just don't see how you can have all these one loss teams, or maybe one loss team out, and you put Alabama in. You know,
we'll we'll discuss that. Let's go through the rest of this first. Let's get through all the other top 25 games, finish the Big 12, and then we'll come back in this discussion, fill in, give it a little more
okay.
context as to what exactly the hell happened on Saturday. So, uh, so let's start with Ohio State
Mhm.
in a horribly ugly, rainy, windy, looked like a monsoon game up at Northwestern. Barely
Yeah,
pull it out, 21-17. I mean, that game was close for I think what till the fourth quarter.
to the fourth quarter. Yeah.
They went up, I think 14-7 right towards the end of the third quarter, and then they
Hmm.
finally put the icing or the dagger in the back of Northwestern there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But I mean, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was an ugly game. I think Ohio State is still going to be a force. I mean, of course, you can't control the weather, but at the same time, you have Northwestern, who's what 1-5, 1-6,
in conference or
1-8,
just overall 1-0.
1-8.
And you know who their one win was against?
Who's
Nebraska.
that?
In Ireland, of all that.
Oh wow. Let me see. Yeah.
It was against Nebraska.
Wow.
That was the call that got Scott Frost on the hot seat.
Yeah. 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 I
So
mean, wow. But I
they,
mean,
they should have left his
even
ass over there.
nah, you gonna find your way back home. Nah, but I mean, even with that, I mean, even with bad weather, you're the number two team. You should, like, you're expected to blow them out.
Yeah. Now, granted, they had to
But
completely change their offensive approach,
yeah,
and they did find a way eventually to put them away into where
right, yeah,
21-7, yeah, that's not great for the number 2 team to beat an
but
unranked
then again,
opponent.
that's a Big Ten type of score, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the most points scored this week in the Big Ten was Iowa. I think they
How
scored like
often would you say
24.
that Iowa scores more points than Ohio State?
Ohio State, yeah,
No, actually,
yeah.
Michigan had the most points.
Oh, Michigan had the most points. Oh yeah, 52. Never mind. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
so Ohio State continues to roll. Do you think this hurt C.J. Stroud as far as his Heisman hopes?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah,
I
I mean,
don't think it hurts him, but I don't think it helps. Like I do think if it comes down neck and neck where they're comparing guys, like who did what. It's right about that time. This will probably be the game that they say, yeah, he won, but
Yeah.
it's Northwestern, one win team. They didn't do anything. He didn't really light it
I
up
mean,
like he should have.
he threw the ball 26 times, um, 76 yards, but he did rush for 79.
Right.
The running back,
He
the
didn't.
rushing, was it Maya Williams, 111 yards. So
And Marvin Harrison Jr. leading the whole game and receiving at 51 yards, at a whopping 51 yards.
yeah, yeah,
That's like the leading receiver for Army versus Navy.
yeah. I mean, who's in the um, running for Heisman?
Well, I think right now they haven't announced finalists, but I think right now they're saying it's C.J. Stroud,
Let's see.
Heldon Hooker, Bryce Young
Hooker for sure.
was getting mentioned.
Yeah, so
Hyatt, the receiver for Tennessee, Hyatt.
Bryce
So I think
Young.
and Bryce Young. So I think it was them four or five that they're saying are Heisman hopefuls.
So here's ESPN's list. Heisman leading contenders. Hooker, you named Hooker. Right now, he's the number one. Stroud, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, and Drake May was his name. Drake May, and Blake Corum from Michigan.
Oh, the running back.
Yeah, the running back. I think really is going to be out of the top three: Bryce Young, Stroud, and Hooker.
Yeah, I still think that receiver from Tennessee deserves more love than what he's getting right now.
Yeah.
But again, how much of that's dependent on Hooker? So
yeah, I think Hooker has the best chance of winning it.
I'm going to throw another name in there that I think is probably we all overlook. But I'll bring that up once we get to that particular game. So we'll table that part right now, and we'll keep going. So like we said, Michigan staying in the Big Ten. Michigan rolls on Rutgers, 52-17. Typical Michigan to just roll over, running the ball, running over Rutgers. So nothing new there, nothing unexpected.
No, I think Rutgers had a lead for about 2 seconds.
when they first got the ball.
When they first got the ball, I think they had a small lead.
That was evaporated just as quickly.
Yeah, I mean, so Michigan's quarterback 151 yards. JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum 109 yards. But then their other running back are Davion Edwards, 109 yards.
So it's pretty much pick your poison.
Yeah,
because who do you want us to run all over you with?
Oh wow. So okay, hold on. So Davion Edwards had 109 yards rushing, along he was leading receiver for 52 yards as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you're right. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
What do you want to get beat with?
Yeah. So then we had of course we had the big game of the week, which was Georgia and Tennessee. Pretty much was a rout. Georgia just looked unstoppable. Tennessee, for whatever reason, could not figure out Georgia.
Nah. Dude, Georgia just looked like the better team.
And it's weird because Tennessee has not looked that way all this year.
Yeah. Man, their defense just Georgia's defense was just on them. And not only that, man, I mean, how many that quarterback, Georgia's quarterback was just like on the money
Yeah, he was
every
accurate.
single time. Man, back shoulder throws just right there. It
So
was,
that
it
that,
was,
that
man.
yeah, so that leads me to Stetson Bennett is I think a guy that should be getting some Heisman love.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
we're sleeping on him.
yeah. I mean, but quarterback's always going to get the credit,
True,
and they're always going to get the criticism.
true. I mean, how many
So
people thought he would beat Bryce Young in a national championship game?
yeah, exactly. Uh, so I think I don't know, man. I think with this game right there, I don't think it hurts Hooker at all. Um, I
No,
think
no, because he didn't play that bad.
Georgia just played that good.
Yeah, his numbers aren't terrible, but yeah, I mean Georgia just was Georgia.
Man, for real. Let me pull up this.
I mean, it's just that's the reason that was going into the year, and from you know a good chunk of it, they were the number one team. They are the
Yeah,
reigning, defending, undisputed national champions.
yeah, because Hooker had 195 yards. The rushing was okay, 69 yards. Jalen
Giggity.
Wright had had 69 yards, but man, Georgia dominated that game.
Georgia's defense said, "Hold on, we got this."
Exactly.
They just said, "We got this." Offense, do whatever you can. We got this. This is our game.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a Georgia game, man. I mean, and then of course playing in Georgia, you
Yeah,
know, um, it. I mean, it just showed because Tennessee they do kind of run a spread offense.
yeah. If you can slow
Uh,
them down or get them off
exactly.
schedule.
Yeah, I was listening to was a couple of days ago an interview with Sikkim 365.
Hmm.
They were interviewing Robert Griffin, and they asked RG3 about the Tennessee's offense. And he goes, "Man, you know that's our offense, man." He said you know that's our offense. I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, that's funny." Uh, but yeah, if you could slow them down, I mean, you got them. Then Georgia bullied them, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Georgia played more physical. They played bigger, uh,
yeah.
and
I don't see because of unless something happens, Alabama loses again somehow. Um, I don't see um, Alabama beating Georgia.
well, no, they're not. They don't. Like I said, they don't control their destiny anymore as far as getting to the SEC championship
Mm. So wait, hold on.
because with LSU beating them in overtime,
Yes, yeah,
32 to 31, going for two, the balls it takes to say, you know what, screw this. We're not going to overtime number two. We're going to either win it or we're going to lose it on this play. And of course, they win and cost the school, what, $50,000, but they rushed
I
the
mean,
field.
because Alabama still got to Ole Miss next week,
They still have Ole Miss
and they
and
got Austin
LSU,
Pay.
but LSU only has one conference loss. Alabama
Yeah,
has two.
that's two. Yep.
So LSU is in the driver's seat. LSU is in the
Yeah,
driver's seat for the West. So if LSU wins out,
you're right. I did. I forgot. I was man. I don't know why I was thinking LSU had three losses.
I thought so too, but then I think
Yeah,
they've only lost
that's what I was.
twice.
That's what I was thinking.
Brian Kelly and his fake accent went down to Alabama, and he beat the Crimson Tide, something he couldn't do at Notre Dame. So, shout out
Yep.
to old LSU for figuring it out and
Yeah, man.
making things interesting.
Yeah, it took balls to go for that 2-point conversion.
Right, because you're either gonna be the smartest man alive or you're the biggest idiot in the world.
Yeah, because when it comes to games like that, I'm not about taking chances.
Yeah,
You know, I'm like, nah. You know what? We're gonna play to live another day. You know,
right,
let's get the field goal. We'll go to another overtime.
right. It's like we'll rest on our defense to hold them down.
But Kelly was like, nah.
Kelly's like, screw it. The check's already in the bank, so he's like, if we lose, what do I got to worry about?
Exactly. So it was a gutsy call, man.
Yeah, he was like, play that intro video or the recruiting video of me in the booth.
Yeah.
He's like, play that on loop no matter what happens.
Yes. And I mean, they did it, man.
Yeah.
They did it. I was watching a video when the cops were escorting Nick Saban off the field.
Uh-huh.
One of the LSU players was coming towards Saban. Man, one of the cops just pushed the heck out of that student, dude. Like, it wasn't just no, hey, Dr. Ray. He went just bam, like, I was like, good Lord.
See, I wonder if they were doing it just to get them out of there, or just to get him out of there, or if they came up saying something.
Yeah.
Nah, and that's why they shoved him. Was it an Alabama state trooper or was it a Louisiana trooper?
I don't even know. I imagine probably an Alabama trooper.
Probably.
Like he shoved the crap out of them though.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I see
Josh.
Joshua over there.
Yeah.
What's up, Josh?
OT. They're going into overtime.
But yeah, so LSU pulling the upset and throwing college football into chaos as far as the SEC is concerned.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Oregon continues to do Oregon things, rolling over Colorado. Poor Colorado. Poor Colorado.
49-10.
Jeez.
Yeah.
USC barely escapes Cal, 41-35. Caleb Williams, I don't understand.
What did he have?
He was not the leading passer. Let's see. Jack Plummer, who is, I'm assuming that's Jake Plummer's either son or nephew, was the leading passer at 406. But he wills USC to win, and I guess that's all that matters to the people that decide the Heisman.
Yeah.
And the force driving it that is ESPN.
For real, right?
So, I mean, as long as they continue to win, they'll continue to hype up Caleb Williams. So, if you're a Caleb Williams fan,
I don't get it though, man. Like I don't get it.
I don't either. I mean, I don't get it when he was at Oklahoma and he'd only been 3 games, and they were like, "Oh, he's a Heisman finalist. Got to be a Heisman."
Yeah,
like, dude.
I mean,
he played 3 games. He barely beat Kansas, who was terrible that year.
USC is basically Oklahoma 2.0.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is, and I don't understand the hype. Like I really don't.
No,
and also the hype with Lincoln Riley.
It's just because he was the hot name coming out of college, or that was at the time was going to be that next head coach.
Right, but the thing is, like, he was gifted that Oklahoma team.
Yeah,
like it was just like, here you go. Like they didn't lose no players with Bob Stoops.
Yeah, man. Bob Stoops just said, you know what? Here's the keys. I'm out.
Yeah, here you go. Here's my inheritance. There you go.
There you go, son. Don't wreck the car.
And the only thing Lincoln Riley did was just keep the ship going.
Yeah.
You
I mean, he
know,
got about as
but
far as Bob Stoops would have gotten, which is knocked out of the first, first round of the playoff.
exactly. Yep.
So, but yeah, so USC escapes Cal 41-35. UCLA has a bit of a shootout with Arizona
Mhm.
State, and they win 50-36. So
Yep. The
you,
two teams going to the Big Ten what, next year or the year after?
I believe it's next year,
Next
or
year.
if it's not next year, then it's 2024. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's next year.
I think UCLA and USC are going to struggle so bad. I think in the Big Ten, and it's not only because it's the Big Ten. It's because of all the traveling they have to do.
That and they play a completely different style of football than the Big Ten teams do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, some of the teams like Iowa, Nebraska, uh, trying to think, Penn State, they'll probably struggle a little bit with Penn State, but I think they'll be all right. But when they play the big powerhouses, the Michigans, the Ohio States, the teams that go out there and can recruit, go into
Yeah.
California and take talent and bring them out there, those are the
Yeah.
guys they're going to struggle with.
And not only that, man, you gonna be playing in the cold.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got a lot of them boys from California that stayed in state that have never seen snow in their life,
hmm
have
yep,
never been in weather colder than maybe 50 degrees.
yeah, yeah. And
And
I think I just think it's gonna be a struggle, man. I think USC, UCLA are going to be just mediocre teams. I think they're gonna go in there like Nebraska and think they were going to wreck like they did in the Big 12, and then just fall flat on their faces. That's what I think.
yeah, I'm with you there. I think the same. It'll take them a while to find their footing in the Big Ten.
hmm
So Utah rolls through Arizona 45-20. Utah improves their records there, and they might be. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who ends up in that Pac-12 title game
Yeah.
because you got some good competition. You got Oregon, UCLA, USC, and Utah all fighting for that spot, which I think Oregon has. I think Oregon's the one that's up on Utah. I think, or do they just play the best two teams? I can't remember if they had divisions
I
or
think
not.
no, they don't have divisions. It's the two best teams. So right now, Oregon's number one. Um, they're 6-0 in conference. Then USC is 6-1. UCLA is 5-1, and Utah's 5-1 in conference play.
So it's pretty much going to come down to when they play each other,
Yeah.
if they play each other. But I know USC plays UCLA.
Let me see. USC still got Colorado, UCLA, and Notre Dame.
I can see USC losing to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I can see that happen. Speaking of Notre Dame, they beat an upset the number 4 ranked team in Clemson. They put up 35 points to Clemson's 14. Is it really an upset considering the fact how poor Clemson's offense has been this year?
Well, I mean, by numbers, yeah. By rankings, it's an upset.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame hasn't really been the greatest either.
Yeah.
I mean, when you lose to the Thundering Herd, you know, they were calling for what's his name, Marcus
Freeman.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman's head.
2
so
games
I
into
think
the season.
right, right. So I think it's definitely still an upset, just because of where Notre Dame is at, has been playing. But yeah, Clemson hasn't been playing good at all.
They have gone as far as their defense has taken them, and yesterday their defense finally just said, "Hey, we tied, boss. We tied."
Yeah, exactly.
They said, "Dabo,
And Dabo's
we can't do it."
said that. Dabo's like, that's too damn bad.
Yeah. Get your butt out there. Go.
Exactly.
Give me what you got. and that offense just continues to struggle. Now they'll
Hmm.
still be in the ACC championship, but let's be real, they're not going to the college football playoff.
No,
This loss has
no, they're
just
not.
completely knocked them out. Unless everybody else in the top five, the top 5 to 7, just start losing and lose multiple games. I think that's the only way that Clemson finds its way back into the college football playoff.
No. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure it was a.
He's either saying first down or touchdown. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's see. Let's just rapid fire through some of these so we can get to the Big 12. So Penn State rolls through Indiana, 45-14.
Big bad
Illinois,
Indiana.
yeah, Illinois, man, falls. So the streak is over. They lose to Michigan State, 23-15. Michigan State, I guess, got tired of beating guys up off the field, so they decided to actually do it on the field where it's legal.
Dude, that is nuts, man. What with that? 4 players got suspended, right?
Eight,
I
a
believe
total of 8.
8. Oh, a total of
They
8.
had 4 initially. It was 4, or that Sunday, the day after the game, Mel Tucker suspended 4. And then I guess through further investigation and I guess more camera angles, they've suspended 4 more.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's better for Mel Tucker to suspend them than the NCAA
Yeah,
do that.
because they'd have dragged their feet at doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
This would have ended up being like 2 games later. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all are all suspended. Our season's over anyway. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. For real. No, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Michigan State was on a roll last year.
Yeah,
It's I don't know what happened to them this year.
just
Like,
I guess just they got too big for their britches. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just
yeah.
that they came in with that mentality. Oh yeah, we're gonna roll through everybody. Look what we did last year. Yeah, we fell off towards the end, but hey man, we were beating people like that. The people we weren't supposed to beat, people we ain't beaten in a long time, and
Hmm.
went to their heads and oh, yeah, we ain't
Yeah.
we ain't that good.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah. I mean.
So good for Mel
That was
Tucker
a
for getting
yeah.
back on the
That was a
board there.
good. Exactly. That was a good win for them. It's crazy to say that was a good win against Illinois.
Right? Who was ranked number 16? That's crazy. Who would have thought Illinois would have been the ranked team in that matchup?
Exactly.
So North Carolina barely sneaks by Virginia, 31-28. Matt Brown keeping them afloat, hoping to get into that ACC championship game.
Yeah.
Tulane beats Tulsa. Another team that's
Yeah,
like, how are they ranked?
I did, man. When I was looking at the rankings, I when I saw that logo, I was like, nah, that has to be a typo. Like, hey, you know, way they're ranked. Oh shit, they're 8-1, 5-0 in conference.
Yeah. Hey, man,
So
just got to keep on going.
yeah,
You keep that kind of momentum up, and maybe when the playoff expands, maybe you're one of the last few teams to sneak in.
exactly, exactly. So
Yeah. Syracuse bounces back with they actually no, they didn't bounce back. They lost
no,
again
Pittsburgh. Hmm.
to Pitt, 19-9. That is a terrible looking score.
Man, shit, well, Pitt was on. Um, Pitt was on Desmond's
National championship pick. So
national, yeah,
he picked them,
national
I think, to be
championship.
in the college football playoff again, or in the national championship against A&M.
Yeah, he should be fired from ESPN.
Right. It's like, Desmond, here's a drug test. We need you to take this.
Yes.
But so, and then we have a top 25 matchup. Number 21 against number 22. Wake Forest went to NC State. NC State pulls off the win, 30-21. An ACC conference game, so probably explain why that's a little bit closer. But good for NC State.
Hmm.
Then finally, UCF defeats Memphis by a touchdown, 35-28. That is good for the Big 12 in the next upcoming seasons. So
yeah,
that is
to
good to
see
see there.
UCF up there. Yeah, of course with Cincinnati and BYU.
Yeah, it's good to see them. Good to see them win. So before we go into the Big 12, I want to say thank you, Florida. Thank you, Gators, for beating the hell out of Texas A&M and just driving Jimbo Fisher absolutely insane.
Yes.
The man looks like he is about to break down. Like when he's out there and they show the camera on him, he's just like, he's looking through his play sheet. He's just like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, it's just it's so great to see. So great to see. Uh, to see the number one, the team with the number one recruiting class. What's their record? I mean,
A&M is 3-6, so they are not bowl eligible, and they may not be.
I'm loving it, man.
They may not become bowl eligible for the rest of the season, and that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, that would be great. Just a quick update: Chiefs are up 20-17.
Nice.
All they have to do is just hold Tennessee. Did you hear that?
I hope he did the crotch chop too while he said it.
I hope so too. He said, "Yeah, suck it." I just like
teaching him right, Samuel. Teaching him right.
Oh man.
Proud uncle over here. Proud papa moment for you, I'm sure.
Yeah. I was just saying.
That was great.
Yeah, that was.
Brought
back some memories. Brought back memories, man.
Real quick, I forgot about this one too. We got to shout out the hometown boy, Tanner Mordecai, Midway alum, leading SMU 77-63 over Houston.
Yeah.
I got a question. Can we trade Houston for SMU in the Big 12?
Shoot. Man, I don't know because of course when we started talking to Houston, they were the hot team,
Yeah.
But I don't. Hold on, I'm trying to look for their. What are they? American
Conference, yeah.
American Conference. Let's see. Mordecai. Here it is. Mordecai at 379 yards, 9 touchdowns.
That was 9 passing, 1 rushing, right?
1 rushing.
So he had 10 touchdowns total.
Yeah. 10. That's just. I mean, and it's crazy. So, 379 yards, 28, he threw for 37 attempts, 28
completions.
Wow.
He had more touchdowns than he did incompletions.
Yeah.
He scored more touchdowns than incompletions.
And his average was 10 yards.
Jesus.
So, I mean, every pass was a first down, basically.
At this rate, I've been saying this to Matt. He's like, I don't think Houston is going to keep Dana Holgorsen around to come into the Big 12. And I keep making this argument every week. It's like, I don't think he's going to make it.
I think y'all probably right because with Houston going to a Power 5 conference, they can get a very good coach.
Yeah.
They could get Matt Rule.
They could. He knows the conference.
I mean, right? And he knows
had success.
He knows the state already.
Yeah.
He knows what he needs to do to grab coaches out of the high school.
Right.
Yeah. But man, Houston's quarterback threw for 527 yards.
Was it Tune? Is that the quarterback's name?
Tune. But he threw for 7 touchdowns. 3 interceptions.
This is like that's like the was it the A&M and or not A&M the Texas Tech and Oklahoma game, Mahomes and Mayfield where they just were scoring left and right.
Yeah.
It's like basically arena football at that point. So
Yeah.
no
Nah,
defense.
but
Defense
it's
optional. We know Manny D didn't enjoy watching that game.
nah, not at all.
Any offense, a completely offensive game, Manny hates.
Yeah. Yeah, any big shootout, no defense, yeah, he hates it.
So,
Ooh,
all right.
Tennessee just got sacked. It's 3rd and 21 for them. So
Tough task for the rookie to be asked to convert that on 2 downs, but at least he has 2 downs. But moving on to the Big 12, we're going to start early in the morning. We had TCU taking on Texas Tech, and TCU was in for a fight.
Yeah.
Texas Tech punched them in the mouth, and it took until about the late third quarter to early
Third
fourth quarter
yep.
for TCU to pick themselves off the ground and to finally decide, hey, you know who we are? We're the number 1 team in the Big 12.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, it was a close one, like I said, but to the third quarter, I was honestly, as much like I said when I was texting, I was like, I got some like mozzarella sticks with Cheetos, whatever. It's look good. I was just like, yeah, give me two. Yeah, but yeah, no, but like with
as much as you hate TCU.
Yeah, as much as I hate when I text them, as much as I hate TCU, I want them to win.
Yeah.
Just because when Baylor plays in the 2 weeks, I'm like, I want Baylor to be the first team to beat them. You know, because I want to make sure I'm at that game. I'm going to rush that damn field.
I bet you, if anything, if the trend continues, that'll be a night game as well.
Yes.
Because the time has not been announced yet for that.
Nah, I think they're going to see first if Baylor wins against Kansas State.
Yeah.
And then that's the game.
That's right. I forget they play Kansas State next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were in for a dogfight. Max Duggan only threw for 195 yards, but he made plays when he needed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, he threw for 195 yards. They had a good running game, too, 158 yards.
Yeah.
21 carries.
And that's another guy that, like we were saying, he could be in consideration for the Heisman, but because he plays in the Big 12, you're not going to get any recognition.
Nah.
Because you play in the Big 12 and you don't go to Oklahoma or Texas, you're an afterthought.
Exactly. So, but Tech is going to be good next year. This year, I mean, they're keeping games close this year. I mean, they're fighting hard.
This is their growing year. Mm-hmm. Next year will be their show-out year.
Yes.
When they really year 2 under Joey McGuire, I think you're going to see definite leaps and bounds of improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, you already see it now, but I think it's going to be just that next step.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, then we had another beautiful game. Big Bad Kansas beating up Oklahoma State. What was it? 37-16.
37-16, man.
Kansas becomes bowl eligible for the first time since 2008.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, 2008, man. Like I said, I was rooting for them. Man,
it took them a while to get that bowl eligible win.
Dude, that was just that's awesome to see. Again, I'm going to stick with my comment that Oklahoma State is mediocre. I don't care what anybody says. Gundy is mediocre.
They've hit the wall already.
They hit the wall already. Jason Frihole, 203 yards passing. David Neal, 224 yards rushing.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's nuts.
I gotta say, I think Frijole is our favorite player in the Big 12. Definitely has the best name in the Big 12.
Well, so he had 224 rushing. Then he had 110 receiving.
Damn. I just realized what you said. I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. So you're looking at 300 and 334 yards all purpose.
Wow. That's probably Big 12 Player of the Week right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Update. The
Kansas
Chiefs
City.
beat the Titans. 20-17.
Awesome. Then we had, of course, Iowa State making a statement victory. 31-14, saying, not so fast, West Virginia. We ain't dead yet.
Who is that one? I'm sorry.
Iowa State.
Iowa State, yeah. Yeah, Iowa State, man, had high hopes for him. High hopes for them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the Big 12, man, you just beat up on everybody. Like, you really do. You don't know who's going to be at the bottom.
Right. And it's just a tough conference. I mean, anybody can beat anybody at this point. And I think I'm trying to remember which game it was they said it. I don't remember if it was during the Texas game or if it was during the TCU game that the commentators made a point and said, this is the thing about the Big 12. Whereas in years before, you had the hierarchy, and these were the good teams and these were the bad teams. This year, throw it out the window.
Yep.
They said there's only one top team, but even then, it's not a guarantee that they're going to beat you. I mean, they ultimately win, and that's TCU, but it's a dogfight.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. It's in the Big 12. It's you're definitely fighting for every yard.
Yeah.
Every point. I mean, and every win. You're no, probably an exception of a couple games, but every game, you're in it.
Yeah.
Anything could happen, man. And so, it's good to see Iowa State get their first conference win.
No lead is safe.
Yeah.
My team can attest to that.
and to think, what, 2 years ago they won a Big 12 championship? Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? 2 years ago.
Was it? You talking about Iowa State?
Yeah, Texas? Iowa State. Because last year was Oklahoma State and
Baylor, but the year before that was Baylor,
was Oklahoma,
and Baylor. Right?
Yeah.
I think it was.
No. It was Oklahoma and Iowa State.
Okay, and then the year before that was Baylor and Oklahoma.
Baylor. Yeah. Because that was Matt Rule's last year.
So it was, and then it was 4 or 5 years ago. It was Texas.
Yes.
Because when Kyler Murray's his senior year is when they played for the Big 12 title.
Yeah.
Texas, wearing their stupid Dr. Pepper looking uniforms. But so we'll save yours for last. We had another top 25 matchup.
Shouldn't even be top 25, bro.
Number 24 Texas traveled to Manhattan to face number 13 Kansas State, and Texas pulls off the victory 34-27, even though they tried to give that game away in the second half. Sarkisian, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
I'm telling you, when I saw that Texas was ranked number 24, I'm like, what? What the heck is going on here? I lost it.
You would have think we won against Alabama. The fact that we're still given that much credit.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, but Texas got the W.
We found a way to win, even though, like I said, we tried to give it away. Quinn Ewers continues to look off.
Who?
Quinn Ewers. He just looks
Oh,
off in the passing game. He's overthrowing his fastest receiver in Xavier Worthy. How the hell that happens, I don't know. But those two just right now, unless it's in a goal to go situation, no chemistry. Whatever they had those first few games, it's gone. I don't know if
I think, man, I just think he has a lot of pressure on him, man.
true because he's got Manning coming in next year, so it's like, man, I got to show out.
Yeah, and the way they describe him, Manny, and how his of course, you already know his football IQ is going to be
Through the roof, yeah,
more than Sarkisian's.
yeah,
You know, um, so he's playing with a lot of pressure,
yeah. He
a lot of
really
pressure.
is. But
So,
Bijan
but I
Robinson
mean,
carried the load, and if it's not for
200,
Bijan Robinson, I don't think we win that game.
yeah, 209 yards.
It's a bad dude. That's another
He,
guy that I don't think gets the consideration for the Heisman like he should,
yeah,
because
I
he
mean,
carries that team.
yeah, it was. I mean, it's a good win, especially away. Um, playing away. So,
And that is
I mean, good.
not an easy place to play, especially at night.
Heck nah.
So
Heck
say
nah.
what you will about Kansas State over the years, but damn, you play them at
Kansas
night.
State.
You play them at
Yeah,
night, and it's like it's a whole other team. They could be one of the worst teams in the Big 12, and you could be ranked number one going in to face them at night. And it's just something they flip that switch.
Kansas State is one of those teams too that they'll go up and then come down,
Yeah,
go up and come down, and they're not very consistent.
yeah. They're consistent
But
in that they're a solid football team, but not so much
yes,
consistent as far as winning and losing games.
right, right.
So Texas now moves on to 6-3, becomes bowl eligible. Thank God. So and
Well,
finally,
I think I said what they have 7 wins.
I think you said 7 wins.
I might be right again. Who does Texas have next?
TCU. So game day will be in Austin this upcoming week. It's TCU, then Kansas, and then Baylor the last.
Man. Oh no, they're losing all three.
I think
They're
we
going to
win.
finish off 6-6.
I think we win 2. I'm
I know
saying
you
we
ain't
beat.
beating Baylor.
I think we will.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man.
I don't
Because
know, man.
the way our defense been playing, and the way Ewers been playing,
Hey,
I mean,
if they don't put the ball in yours' hand, if they just let Bijan run, I think we'll be okay.
50 carries the whole game.
Coach is third and 20. Run the damn ball.
Run
Give
the
it to
ball.
Bijan. He's tapping out. Call a timeout. Get him on the field. I don't care. Bijan Robinson does not leave the field.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Baylor with the win, 38-35 in Norman,
In
which
Norman, see,
I was, um, I was a little bit iffy about this game, man.
because
Uh,
Baylor doesn't always have success when they travel to Norman.
this is their second time winning in Norman.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think the first time they won in Norman was 2014. That was the first time.
That was with
That was with Bryce Petty.
Petty. Okay. I couldn't remember if that was Petty or if that was what the hell was the guy after
Seth
RG3?
Russell.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was with Russell or with
Yeah.
Petty.
Yeah. So that right there was a dogfight, man.
Yeah.
They were going back and forth. What really kept them in the game was better defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 3 picks. 3 picks. I mean, in 2 games, Baylor's had 8 picks. That's pretty
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their defense really carried the load. Shaping. I don't know what it was with Shaping. he threw for 132 yards, one interception. But Squirrel Williams, man, had 192 yards, 25
Mm,
carries, coming back from an injury, coming back from an injury, and everybody was looking for Reese, the true freshman.
hmm
Um, but can't come to find out there was actually a flu bug going around the team, and he was dealing with that, um, according to Aranda,
Yeah.
um, because I know on Twitter because they showed Reese going to the locker room, and
Dehydrated, I'm
somebody,
sure.
yeah, and somebody on Twitter said, "Oh, it looks like he has a concussion." Like, what? Um, but it was just a flu.
Yeah.
So he played the butt. I
He
think
was
it just
playing. He was
showed.
playing with mud butt. That's what he was playing. That's why he went to
Yeah.
the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Baylor. It was crazy because the way they were playing was the same way they were playing against West Virginia. But
Just
the
trying to
only
give the game away.
but the only thing is they didn't crumble this time. They
Yeah.
just kept on going. The
Well,
offensive line, man, which is very good.
I think in this case they didn't try to put the ball in Shapen's hand. They gave it to the
Yes,
running backs.
they gave it to a running back. Just run the ball. Your offensive line is doing great. Just keep on doing it.
Yeah.
And
And
so I think, man, it just shows that you just see Baylor coming up,
yeah.
and they're playing good ball.
And here's what I'll say about Baylor. Baylor is good when they play ahead and when
Hmm.
they're able to run the football. And I said that this at the beginning of the season. I don't see Shapen as a passer. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's like
I, I,
he was one of those that he started out the year really hot throwing the ball, and I think what's hurt him is guys like Holmes and the receiving core dropping passes that he were put on a dime, and now his confidence is shook.
yeah.
Now
I,
he's
I,
inaccurate, and he's like, are they going to catch it? Are they not?
when it comes to the deep passes, he's very unaccurate. He's not accurate at all. Those little slant routes that they do,
Mm-hmm.
majority of the time, man, he's on the money,
Yeah,
and he just fires that ball. Um, I will say though, this is where I think if we would have had Bohannon still, I think there's probably only one conference game we would have lost, against Oklahoma State. Because the one thing that Bohannon has over Chafin is the running. I mean, he could take off. He had the speed.
see, I'm thinking the opposite on that. I think Shapen's a little bit better of an athlete than Bohannon was. But Shapen's
Yeah,
also a lot quicker to run than Bohannon ever was. Bohannon would only run if it was
yeah.
wide open and
But
he needed to.
my baby. But I think with Bohannon though, they called plays for running
Right.
for him. You know what I'm talking about with the
Yeah.
the, the QB draw.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
It
and
also
so
helped. He probably had he has like 20 pounds on Shapen.
oh yeah, most definitely. He's a whole lot bigger.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think in this is where you kind of miss Bohannon. Um, because to me he was more diverse. Chapin's Chapin will stay in the pocket as long as he can. He throws the ball better, but the
Yeah.
deep ball right now has not been his strong suit.
I think also with that, just experience. I mean, Bohannon has more experience than Shapen does. So I think
Yeah,
that's another little intangible you can add to your argument there. So
yeah, yeah. So I mean, they got Kansas State next week or this coming week, TCU and then Texas. They're all top 25 teams. So
I think one win and Baylor gets up in the top 25. That's all it
they should
takes.
have been in the top 25 after beating Oklahoma and Norman. I mean, at least give us that,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
25 or 24, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but It is what it is. I think we'll take care of business with Kansas State.
Yeah.
TCU is going to be a little iffy.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
Especially with Kansas State being on the run and
Yeah.
having suffered a heartbreaking loss. So,
Mm-hmm.
so speaking of said games, let's go ahead and go to the Week 11 matchups for the Big 12. We had Oklahoma traveling to Morgantown to play at 11 a.m. Who you got?
I got Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma. 2:30. We've got Iowa State versus Oklahoma State.
Where's that game at?
That's at Stillwater.
Stillwater. Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'll say Oklahoma State. If this was in Iowa State, I would probably give the edge to the Cyclones, but at home,
Yeah.
I think that's what they need is a little bit of a refresh and a let me up. Then of course we got at 6 o'clock. So we got 3 6 o'clock games in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Baylor or Kansas State travels to Waco to play Baylor. Of course,
I got Baylor. Yeah.
I'll say I think we know your pick.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who starts at quarterback for Kansas State. I think that's really going to be the big difference as to who they start. But I say that to say I'm picking Baylor because there's too much what ifs, in my opinion. Yeah. And I've never been sold on Martinez or any of the other ones before him. But then we have Big Bad Kansas traveling to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech. This is going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, it is. I want to say Kansas, man. Kansas is on a hot streak. It's on a streak right now.
To be competitive this week, I'm going to say Tech, just to be combative on this one. Even though we'll probably be different on this next one, but
yeah.
And so, like I said, College Game Day is going to be in Austin as TCU travels to Austin, just a short trip down the road to take on the Texas Longhorns. So, are you picking your least favorite or your second least favorite team?
I hate both of them.
That's what I say. Your second least favorite, because we know who your least favorite is.
Yeah, man. Again, I'm only picking TCU because I want Baylor to beat them first. That's the only reason why I'm picking. The only reason why I'm picking them. But I think TCU's is going to give Ewers some trouble. It's going to be tough.
I think defensively, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Problem also, we had a big time problem tackling, especially in the secondary. The front line, not so much, or the front seven, not so much, but the secondary couldn't tackle against Kansas State. But I think a lot of that depends too. Is Quentin Johnson going to be in there 100%? To me, that's what I'm worried about. Is deep down the field, dug and throwing it to Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
But with that said, I don't know if I should pick with my heart or my brain here. My brain says one thing. I'm picking with the heart here, so I'm picking Texas.
Hey, that's great. That's going to be a good game, man.
It really will be.
That's going to be a good game. What time does that game start?
6 o'clock.
Oh, man.
And here's the thing. Like I said, Texas gets up for these big games. That's one thing that Texas has done really well the past couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Is these games that are big games that maybe we have no business being good in. No matter how bad the team is, we step up
Yeah.
and we give them a fight.
I mean, even the year LSU won a championship and the national championship, y'all played them what the second game,
It was either the first or
second game,
second
third
game.
game,
First or second game, I
and
can't remember.
that was just a close game, man.
It was a shootout back and forth.
Yeah, still lost, but still to prove your point, you know, y'all make it close.
Just stabbing me in the heart. Why don't you? But that's going to do it for this week. Be sure to like and subscribe to In Your House Sports, our YouTube page. Like and follow us on social media, Facebook, In Your House Sports, and Instagram at inyourhouse.sports. I promise I'm doing really bad at social media right now, so I will try to keep up with the Instagram.
I think I'm supposed to be doing the Twitter, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll get that up going pretty soon.
Yeah, I've created it, but I just haven't posted anything, I think, since the first 2 shows we did on on YouTube. So go check us out there. Email any questions or inquiries at inyourhousesports@gmail.com. And yeah, be sure to check us out Mondays for college football. Mondays, 4 p.m. Central. NFL's Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central. For your boy Vassos.
That's you.
We'll see y'all later. Peace out.